I've always been told how average I can be. Always been criticized about being average. But I want to tell you something. I stand here before you, before all of these people, not listening to those words, but telling myself every single day to shoot for the stars, to be the best that I can be. Good enough isn't good enough if it can be better. And better isn't good enough if it can be best. That's when you hit rock bottom, remember this. While you're struggling, rock bottom can also be a great foundation on which to build and on which to grow. Person that gets up off the canvas and keeps growing, that's the person that will continue to grow their influence. This woman was the finest woman I'd ever seen in my life. We're at this dance and I find out her name is Trina Williams from Lompoc, California. And we're all dancing and we're just excited. And I decide in the middle of dancing with her that I would ask her for her phone number. The next day we walked to Baskin & Robbins ice cream parlor. My friends couldn't believe it. This has been 40 years ago and my friends still can't believe it. We go on a second date and a third date and a fourth date. We go together for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. By now, Trina's a senior in college. So now it's time to propose. We get married, we have a few children. Our lives are great. One day, Trina finds a lump in her left breast. Breast cancer. 6 years after that diagnosis, me and my 2 little boys walked up to mommy's casket. And for 2 years, my heart didn't beat. If it wasn't for my faith in God, I wouldn't be standing here today. If it wasn't for those 2 little boys, there would have been no reason for which to go on. I was completely lost. That was rock bottom. You know what sustained me? The wisdom of a 3rd grade dropout. We're at the casket in College Station, Texas. I'd never seen my dad cry, but this time I saw my dad cry. That was his daughter. Trina was his daughter, not his daughter-in-law. And I'm right behind my father, about to see her for the last time on this earth. And my father shared 3 words with me that changed my life right there at the casket. It would be the last lesson he would ever teach me. He said, "Son, just stand. Just stand. You keep standing. You keep standing. No matter how rough the sea, you keep standing." And I'm not talking about just water. You keep standing. No matter what, you don't give up. I learned that lesson from a 3rd grade dropout who was a cook at Cal Maritime. He said, "Boy, you keep standing. No matter what, you keep standing. No matter what, you don't give up. No matter what, you don't give up. No matter what, you don't give up. No matter what, you don't give up."
Listen to St. Paul again. He said, "We're hard pressed on every side, but we're not crushed. We're perplexed, but we're not in despair. We've been persecuted, but we've not been forgotten. We've been struck down, but we're not knocked out." Wow! The Hagee translation reads it this way: "Hell has thrown the kitchen sink at me, and I'm still on my feet. I'm fighting the good fight. I'm still enduring. I'm still standing." Get up! Have you been knocked down by the betrayal of a dear friend? Get up! Have you been knocked down by the death of someone that you love dearly? Get up! Have you been knocked down by fighting a deadly disease? Get up! Have you been knocked down by a financial crisis? Get up! Have you been knocked down by a business reversal that you couldn't stop? Get up! Have you been knocked down by a sudden tragedy that struck your family out of the blue like lightning out of heaven? The message from heaven is, get up, get up, give up, get up, never give up. Dust yourself off and get back in the race. Falling down does not make you a failure. Staying down makes you a failure.